Okay, what's going on, everybody? Today is Motivation Monday, and today I'm going to be talking about goal setting and some tips and tricks and programs that can help you achieve your goals. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Hey, welcome back. My name is Jacob Billett. I'm the CEO of Billett Enterprises, and today is a Motivation Monday segment on my YouTube channel. So in case you've been following me for a little bit, and again, a huge thank you to my over 355 subscribers now. I typically do this segment when I'm getting ready for the gym and I'm in the truck, I'm in the parking lot, I take my pre-workout and I'm just like, boom, let's do this, right? I'm all crazy and you know, kind of get all the juices pumping and some good things to look at, some good subject matter that might be able to help you throughout your week. And it's all like, well, today is not that kind of video. I have a new daughter. She is now a month and a week old. She's 5 weeks old now. And she has decided that she doesn't want to sleep anymore. So all night last night, all day yesterday, all night the day before, my child will not shut up and will not be happy. And that's that. Unless I'm holding her and I'm bouncing and doing all much stuff, the kid just freaks out. So I wasn't able to get to the gym on time this morning. Matter of fact, I had to do a few other things. I did finally go to the gym and I got out and I'm back here in my office. And so now I'm doing my video. So if you've been one of my subscribers for a while, this is a little bit of a different Motivation Monday. I apologize. Hopefully next week we'll be back on a regular schedule, and this will be posted in the morning where it's most effective so people can wake up and get juices flowing instead of at almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my time here in Mountain Time. So anyways, you're here for goal setting, right? You're here to, hey, how can I kind of further some of my projects or some of my ideas? And it's honestly, it's difficult, right? So when I launched my first business years ago, I had to learn how to make incremental goals, so I could not only achieve them, but achieve them quick enough so I don't get burned out. And that's really the big thing, is that you take a big goal that's forecasted down the road and you divide it into obtainable pieces. It's just like working out, right? It's just like going to the gym. I didn't go to the gym and go, man, I'm going to hit 405-pound bench press right now. Da, 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 da. I had to build up to it, right? And build up to it. So every time I hit an extra 10 or 15 pounds, I celebrated, I kept myself pumped up, I rewarded myself, went out and did something or took a vacation or whatever, like a day or two vacation or whichever. Like I would reward myself to keep myself going. A lot of people don't do that. They are so focused on the main overall goal that they can't divide it enough. And honestly, if you have a big goal, like say you want to retire at 40 or 30, I retired at 31. And so looking at that just as that is your only goal, like there's a lot of work and a lot of time that you have to put into that. And so break it down into more obtainable pieces. And don't forget to reward yourself. Have fun, man. Keep everything going. You got to keep yourself motivated. If you're not motivated, you just die out and then you don't follow procedure, don't follow protocol or rules that you set for yourself. And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're 2, 3, 4, 5 years behind or a whole lifetime behind. There's a lot of people that haven't amounted to very much their entire life, but they said they were going to. But saying something and then writing it down and putting it into action is another thing entirely. So this is what I'm going to do for you guys, right? If you have hung in so far in this video, is that I created something called the Billett Army. Right? It is a newsletter. It's a group that has a newsletter. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, but it allows me to push posts to my blog and make sure you guys are aware of what's going on. And also being on this mailing list actually opens you up to getting free prizes and giveaways and being eligible for different things that I like to do for people that support me. And so what I did is I recently partnered up with a PLR site. And so I am able to offer free publications that are focused to different people. And I also have some agreements. I'm selling some of them as well on different websites. So what I like to do is I like to reward the people that are supporting me and being a part of my journey as well. So I'm going to put a link in the description down here. It's actually a guide and program. It's an ebook and program that you put into practice to help you attain goals. It teaches you. A lot of people do not understand how to goal set. So this program will actually walk you through and help you, you know, get your goals set and have attainable goals and how to move that into the personal life and into business. And it's a really, really excellent program. Now, the program typically costs about $97. Right now, I do have a sale on it on my website on billettenterprises.com, and I'll also link that as well, that you can pick it up for $9.70. So I have that 90% off. Or if you don't want to pay any money, which is totally fine. I mean, obviously you want to make sure there's value in it. You can take a look at it, see if that's something that you'd be interested in. Or if you just sign up for the Billett Army and you're part of the newsletter, you have an option and you're eligible to maybe get it for free during some of the giveaways. So, I mean, it can definitely, and again, like in this video, you know, I'm going to be showing kind of some of the tips and tricks that's in that program. But if it's something that you really want to sit down and do, there's other opportunities available as well. So again, you know, putting them into obtainable blocks and rewarding yourself is really the big thing. And it's really just as simple as writing things down. You know, like literally putting your thoughts into paper. Or like have a whiteboard or something like that, right? Like that's another really big thing. Like in all my offices, I always have whiteboards. This is one of my cleaner, more like the presentation office. But when I have my big offices, my whiteboards are completely covered. And there's a lot of information and there's flow charts and mind maps. And that's another thing too, is mind mapping things. And that's also included in one of these courses. But mind mapping is a very, very powerful thing that should probably actually have its own video. I'll actually put that in a Tech Thursday video, to where the mind is a very complex network, right? And a lot of people don't have a linear type of thinking. They don't think step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They get basically information overload. And so there's so much that's packed in here that it's really hard to focus on one thing, because you got to do this, and all of a sudden things are getting halfway done, and then you forget doing this, and then you forget doing that, and that's not done correctly or whichever. And a lot of people have a hard time. So mind mapping not only can help you prioritize and see things in a much clearer picture, in a much more efficient way, but it's really, you're really able to get your mind out on a piece of paper. And then mind mapping is where a lot of processes and procedures come from. When I go into a business, because I'm a business manager and consultant, that's what my company does. Well, that's one of the major operations of my company, is that I take their entire business, right, and I put it into either a hierarchy, or an organizational chart based on what the business model is. But it's very, very similar to mind mapping, to where you get your flow chart, you get organization chart, you figure out what does what, who does what, and then if you're implementing new services or new procedures or new regulations or new offices or new jobs or new whichever within that company, you need to kind of figure out where that's all going to go, you know, and especially if there's a migration, or if there is if you're taking something over, if you're absorbing a company, or if you're assuming operations, which I buy out a lot of small companies and bring them in. And so getting that culture and that business model and then bringing it into my culture and my business model, you know, and how it's going to work. And so we map everything out to figure out what would be the best way and the best processes and the best flow to be able to get this done. Well, the human mind is the same way. If you really look at it, if you are trying to achieve different goals, be it your health, be it your fitness, be it money, be it launching a new company, better relationships, whatever you're trying to do in your personal life, you can really work that as a business, because you're trying to achieve something. And that's what businesses are trying to do. They're trying to sell, they're trying to assume, they're trying to build up their influence or whichever. Well, your personal life is truly a business. And so a lot of people don't connect the two, because if you're trying to better yourself, you're trying to be a better person, you're trying to create a better product, what goes into creating a better self or a better product? Well, you've got your research, you've got your research and development, you've got your marketing, you've got trial and error. I mean, there's a lot of things in business. Launching a new product or improving on an existing product is very, very similar to improving yourself as a person. I mean, they really do come in together. And if a lot of people manage themselves like they manage business, that can really, really help. And that's why goal setting, kind of wrapping this up under the topic of this motivational video, is that it all comes back to setting what your objective is and then the processes to get you there. And accomplish one goal, move on to the next. It's all linear. So make sure that one goal is an essential part of the next goal, and it really does something to you. As an individual, when you start achieving these little victories, it really motivates you. And be vocal about it. Bring people in. Let people know what you're trying to do, because not only does that hold you accountable, but then they can celebrate some of the victories with you if they're good friends or a good family. They'll celebrate with you, and you'll move on, and you'll get better, and you'll be motivated even more because people are holding you accountable. And so if you fall off the bus, people are going, "Hey, I know you're trying to do this. How's that going? I haven't heard anything from you for a little bit. So how's that going? And they keep you accountable, and that really is a big deal. So anyways, this is going to kind of segue into other things later on during the week. But what are your goals this week? What are your goals this month? What are your goals this year? 2019 is almost over. So what are you trying to accomplish by the end of the year? And again, take a look at this program that I've recently been licensed with. See if that's something that would be interested in you. You can definitely drop me a comment or ask me some questions, whichever, and I'll try to help you out how I can. And then if you want, you can always join the Billett Army and be a part of the newsletter. It's completely free, and you'll have a shot at winning one every week. So it's just kind of a way that I can give back, and how I can kind of help people reach their goals. And again, sitting it down, compartmentalizing it or breaking it down to obtainable pieces and moving forward, and then training yourself on how to set goals, which is what this program does, is something that really, really helps. Because again, if it's a skill that you don't use or you're not good at, you need training, and you need to get proficient at it. And the only way you can do that is train, because practice makes perfect, right? So anyways, Motivation Monday, my name is Jacob Billett. Thank you so much for being here. If you're my new subscribers, let me know what you think about the content. Let me know if there's anything I can improve, what I can do better. And I'm sorry this video came out so late, but kind of out of my power. I'm dealing with a newborn, and it's been fun. So anyways, later guys.